So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at a G major scale, and we're going to be playing the G major scale in 2 octaves. And what I mean by 2 octaves, we're going to be playing from the G note here, which is our 3rd fret on the 6th string, which is G. We're going to be playing to the next G note in the sequence, which is our open G string on the 3rd string. And then we're going to be playing on from there, from the 3rd string open to the 3rd string on the top string, 3rd fret on the top string here, which is also the G note. So in this scale, when we say we have 2 octaves, I have 3 G notes that we're playing. The first octave is from this note to here, and the second octave is from this note to there. So there's 3 G notes we're playing in 2 octaves. So let's jump in. So our first note is played with our 3rd finger, 3rd fret on the bottom string or the E string, which is G. Then we have our open A string, so it's G to A. Our next note is played with the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, which is B. Next note is played with our 3rd finger on our 3rd fret of the 5th string, which is our C note. The next note is played with the open D string, the 4th string open, gives us. Next note is played with our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string, which is our E note here, which gives us. The next note, we're going to use our pinky, our 4th finger here, and we're going to use that to play the 4th fret, okay, on the 4th string, okay. So it's a bit of a stretch with that pinky, or the 4th finger, but it gives us so far. Then the final note in this octave is the open G string. So the 1 octave scale sounds like this. There we go. The 2nd octave, where we continue, is we finish with this note and then we move on. So our next note becomes our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, which is the A note. So then so far we have. We follow that with the open 2nd string, which is the B string. Which is followed by our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, C. We follow that with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Our next note is now the open E string at the top, the 1st string open. So far we then have. The next note is played with our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the top string, the top E string. So far then. And our final note is we play with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the top string. There, that's our G note we're going to finish with. So altogether we have. That's our G major scale in 2 octaves. We play from this G note here to this G note on the open 3rd string, and then we continue on to play the 2nd octave from the 3rd string open to G on the 3rd fret on the top string. our G major scale. So take that slowly. There's quite a bit of information in there, so you might want to work the first octave and then move on to the second octave. But put it together and we can discuss and work more on our lessons, but hopefully this will support you when you get home in your practice time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.